Hello, let's begin the session number 21. The topic is deadlock prevention. So, in this topic, we are going to see what is the deadlock prevention, attacking circular weight condition, approaches to deadlock prevention, two-phase locking, attacking the mutual exclusion condition. So, in the last class, I told last slide, deadlock means what? The deadlock is the situation that occurs in operating system when the process enter a waiting state because another process is running in another waiting process is holding the demanded resource. So this deadlock is common problem in multi-processing where the several processes share a specific type of mutually exclusive resources known as a soft lock or software. So here deadlock prevention, a process acquire all the needed resources simultaneously before it begins its execution, therefore breaking the hold and wait condition. So deadlock prevention means what here? It is the important to prevent a deadlock before it can occur. The system check every transaction before it is executed to make sure it does not lead the deadlock situation. So what happen here? The system will going to checking every transaction before it is executed to make sure it does not lead the deadlock. Such even a small changes to occur dead that operation which can lead to the deadlock. So if any execution goes fail means it is going to dead, then this operation can lead to the deadlock. In this future it also never allowed process to execute. Means what? Once it is the system is goes failure, that time it does not allowing to execute again. So here what happen when the process is acquire all the needed resources simultaneously, when so number of processes are required needed to resources simultaneously, therefore it begins its execution, therefore breaking the hold and wait condition. So here what they are breaking for hold and wait. So for example, see in the last session the dining philosopher problem. Each philosopher has required to pick up both fork at the same time. If he fail, he has to release the fork. If any he has acquired. So here what happen? If the anybody goes fail, then other will going to acquire that fork. So second point, all the resources. So in the deadlock prevention, one more thing is there. The set of method for ensure that at least one condition cannot hold in this preventive deadlock. All other resources are assigned unique number. So here what? All the resources have to be assigning one unique number. A process may request a resource with a unique number only if it is not holding a resource with the number less than or equal to I send, therefore breaking circular wait condition. So here what happened, a process may are requesting for resource unique number only if it is holding other resources, then number is less. Here example, in this the dining philosopher problem, each philosopher is required to pick a fork that has a large ID than one he currently hold. That is, philosopher P5 needed to pick 5 fork, and then F1. The other philosopher Pi should pick up for Fi followed by Fi1. So this is the example of deadlock prevention. So third point is, each process is assigned unique number priority number. So they are given the priority to the each processes. The priority number is decided whether the process Pi should wait for process Pj and therefore break the non-preemption condition. So here the process will going to decide for waiting priority, depend on that priorities. So assume, for one example is given here, assume that the philosopher properties are based on their ideas, that is Pi has higher priority than Pj. If I is less than j, in this case Pi is allowed to wait for Pi plus 1 for I equal to 1 to 4. So Pi is not allowed to wait for P1. If this case happen, P5 has to abort the release it is acquired fork, yes, if any. So fourth one, practically it is possible to provide a method to break mutual exclusion condition, since most resources are intrinsically non-shareable. So here fourth one is what, breaking the mutual exclusion condition to most of the resources are non-shareable. So for example, the two philosophers cannot use the same fork at a time. So deadlock prevention retain the away request can made mutual exclusion, hold and wait, circular, non-preemption, circular wait. So in the mutual exclusion not required for shareable resources. So here what happened, not required for shareable resource, because of what, in the mutual exclusion only one process will going to be allowing for execution. From that point of view, they are not required to share the resource here. Most must hold for non-shareable resource. Second one, hold and wait must guarantee that whenever a process requests a resource, it has not hold any other resource. So if a process want to are requesting for resource, it does not, means it is a totally free of that process, then only it can holding and waiting. If the process is holding another process, then that process wait for to release that resources. So require process to request and be allocated all its resource before it begin execution, or allow process to request resource only when the process has none. Means what happen here? The required process to request and be allocated all its resource to being executed. Low resource utilization, starvation possible. So here low resource utilizing, then it is a starvation possible. So no preemption in the sense of what here? If process that is holding some resource request, another resource cannot be immediately allocated to it because of what? Already one process is holding that resource. Then all resource currently being held are released. Preempted resources are added to the list of resources for which the process is waiting. Process will be restarted only when it can regain its old resource as well as the new one that it is requested. So what happened in circular wait? Impose a total ordering all the resource types and request that each process request resource in an increasing order of enumeration. So these four are the deadlock preventions. So what are the approaches in the deadlock prevention here? Here are these are the four conditions: mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, circular wait. For these approaches, when the deadlock prevention, so mutual exclusion is spool everything, hold and wait request all resource initially. So no preemption, take resources away, and circular wait order resources numerically. So here what happened when the two phase locking? The phase 1, what happened? The process tried to lock all the record it needed one at a time. After it's successful, then it goes to phase 2. If it is not successful, then release the lock and start phase 1 again. If it is successful, then it is performing second phase, perform update and release all the locks. So this is the code for live lock. So deadlock prevention attacking the mutual exclusion condition is what? Some device such as printer can be spooled. So here what happen when the printer is connecting the number of systems are connected to the printer. So here what happen, the printer print option can be made from any system. Anybody can take any time to the print. So that time some device such as this is the printer can be spooled. Only the printer can daemon use printer resources, thus deadlocks for the printer is eliminated. Not all device can be spooled. So here only the printer can be spooled. So these are the principles. Avoid assigning resource when not absolutely necessary. As few process as possible actually claim the resources. Next one, attacking at the hold and wait condition. require process to request resources, therefore starting. So require process to request for what? Resources before they starting. Means what here? If the process resources are free, then only can process taking that resources. A process never has to wait for what it needed. So what problems may occur here? May to know require resource a start of run also ties up resources other process could be using. Some other process are using that resources, that time the tie-up may be possible. So variation, process must give up all the resources, then request all immediately needed. So these are the what? Attacking hold wait conditions. So attacking wait circular wait condition, image setter, scanner, plotter, tape driver, CD-ROM drive. So here I and G, here A are the what? Processes AB and IJ are the resources. So normally ordered resources, a graph, a resource graph. So these are the session summary: deadlock prevention, attacking circular wait condition approaches, deadlock prevention, two phase locking, mutual exclusion conditions. So finally these are the references where we are going to using these textbooks, and below given the web references for the operating system. Thank you for viewing the session.